Hey, this is Sully for antisocialnews.com, and I'm going to be taking you around the world showing you life or death news stories because human life is all that really matters. That's why this is the Body Count Report for Thursday, August the 31st, 2017. First up, we are going to a Lithuanian bar where an Israeli was attacked pretty violently. He survived, but likely very, very concussed due to getting smashed and attacked by a Egyptian man who was beating him with a beer mug because he's Israeli. So, and thankfully he was spared. But this is just some of the violence, and there's a lot of violence against Jews due to BDS rhetoric, boycott, divest, and sanction rhetoric that is all around the world being spread by Palestinian apologists, Palestinian Authority apologists. So this man, thankfully, like I said, survived, but many others are not so lucky. And like the people in Barcelona were killed because of the same vile, violence-inciting rhetoric. Moving on to an Al Jazeera story with the Iraqi Prime Minister Abadi declaring victory over the Islamic State in Tal Afar. We see some of the mortar rounds being fired off there. And they have a nice map of who's controlling what areas in Iraq. So check this story out and learn about the battle ahead and what's been accomplished from the Arab perspective there. All right. Taliban leadership resides in Quetta. Now, this is Times of India reporting on American assertions coming from American leadership in Afghanistan, where they are pointing to say that the Taliban leadership, which the Taliban, if you're not sure about this, the Taliban are not just tribal leaders in the mountains of Afghanistan and Pakistan. They are terrorists, and they are also very cannibalistic of their own people when it comes to violence on women and local minority groups. So they are bad guys, and they are not good for the species, for the survival of the species. So keep an eye on this situation. Keep an eye on us, the United States versus Taliban, and see what India is saying, the support that we're getting from the Pakistan government, fighting them versus what we've seen with them basically turning a blind eye to their residents in different parts of Pakistan. So follow this story, follow Times of India, Pakistan section, and follow the fight against the Taliban. All right. BIFF. This is another Sunni Muslim extremist group, the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters in the Philippines, an offshoot of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front that declared allegiance to ISIS. And they're also bomb makers, terrorists, bad guys. The sub-leader was killed in Mamasapano clash. So Sharif Aguak in Maguindanao, Philippine Army soldiers shot dead a senior member of the outlawed Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters and wounded another in an encounter on Wednesday in Mamasapano, Maguindanao. Army's 40th Infantry Battalion was patrolling in Barangay Tucanalipao when BIFF gunmen led by Subcommander Darco and certain Bitok attack them triggering the clash. Okay. I highly encourage you to read the rest of this. This is why I love Manila Times. Their stuff is just lets your imagination do all the walking. Incredible reporting. Good job, Manila Times. And good job, Armed Forces of the Philippines, for killing this bad guy. Okay. We've got Duterte telling the Armed Forces of the Philippines fighting another offshoot of MILF in Marawi that they are allowed the Armed Forces of the Philippines in Marawi fighting Maute, another offshoot of MILF, Duterte's telling the armed forces that they can use a big bomb if they need to blow out the remaining bad guys in the siege, because they've the battle's been going on for 100 days as of Wednesday, so we're into the 101st day now, and so hopefully they've ended it by now. There's been 617 Maute terrorists killed. Holy crap. And 133 soldiers have been killed in fierce battles. So I gotta say, good job, the Philippines. And in the words of one of your brave soldiers, "Bombahin na lang ninyo location ko, sir." I just can't stop following this story. Can't stop following this story. So I really want to see Marawi recover and be strong. There's already a reconstruction effort being laid out, and people are being shipped in to help rebuild. We've got Shinzo Abe. This is a news story. This is a news story that you're not going to find in the United States because we can't really talk about anybody not hating Donald Trump. Donald Trump is very unpopular here in the United States, so we have to all pretend like everybody else hates him too, when in fact, according to JapanTimes.co.jp, Abe and Trump completely agree to increase pressure on North Korea. So, very interesting news story. Talks about how there is a unified effort. The U.S. and yes, the U.S.'s president are acting in a unified way to deal with the threat from North Korea. So check out this news story. It might chill you out if you're freaked out by the hysterical news reporting here in the United States of America that repeat on a daily basis that our crazy president is going to throw us into thermonuclear war at any second with the bomb codes at his disposal. And this story might actually chill you out a little bit, might calm you down, might prevent you from having a heart attack from fear. And that will be my contribution to people fighting for their lives here. Well, I'll help save your life here in America by showing you this nice level-headed story about a thermonuclear crisis in the world, with Japan agreeing with Donald. All right, moving on to another outlandish leader. I found this website. It was labeled Philippine News Center, but apparently now it is just labeled Duterte government. But I'm going to go ahead and put a link to them in the description of this video. They've got some good resources on the Philippines. And they've got quite a few subscribers. So feel free to check out their videos and look at some from the Filipino perspective views on their current government and how the situations are going over there. And we are going to go ahead and call this a show. Check out all the links. Special thanks to Hot as Flames and Monolith for pointing me in the right direction on some nice news outlets from Israel. Also, shout out to Manila Times for their great reporting. And if I enlightened you to a news story that you did not know about, I think I earned your subscription. Please click the subscribe button. Even if I didn't, I would love to have a conversation with you. If you are very informed and know about all these stories, like, dislike, comment, tell me why you liked or disliked, and hope to see you tomorrow for another Body Count Report on antisocialnews.com.